Hey all, welcome back to another episode of Car Topics Explained. Today, we're going to be doing one of the most requested topics I've had so far. We're going to be covering Han's Veilside Mazda RX-7 from the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. So let's travel back in time to 2005 and pay a visit to that year's Tokyo Auto Salon event. Veilside had an RX-7 being displayed to show off their Veilside Fortune body kit. Universal Studios bought the car and decided to repaint the car from the original red it was in to a House of color. I still don't know how to pronounce it. The color was Sunset Orange Pearl. Not much else was changed with the car from how they got it from Veilside. They kept the big 19-inch Veilside Andrew Evolution 5 wheels. They kept the Rotora brake discs and 4-piston calipers, and for suspension it had Apexy N1 coilovers. And you might think that's it, right? Because more often than not, it's a pretty safe bet that if it's not shown on screen, it's unlikely the car has it in real life. We see very little of the performance modifications or even much of the car's interior in the movie Tokyo Drift. And yet, apparently, the car was single turbo with an HKS T04Z and an HKS intercooler along with the Veilside titanium exhaust. And honestly, I never would have expected the car to have a T04Z in it, but I think it's funny I found that out after making 2 videos making a big deal about that turbo already. It even had an Apexy Power FC fuel controller and apparently a fuel pump off of a Skyline GTR. And when put on a dyno, which is implied to have happened after filming, so the abuse the car suffered may have had an impact, the car made 305 or 306 horsepower at the wheels. Which to me, despite not being an expert on rotaries, sounds pretty low. The car's 0 to 60 was recorded at 5.97 seconds and had a quarter mile time of 14.1 seconds at 104.46 miles per hour, which is pretty disappointing when you realize a stock RX-7 is faster with a 0 to 60 as low as 5.2 seconds and a quarter mile time of 13.9. And it's been a while since I last perused forums and researched these powertrains, but with a setup similar to what this car had or has, couldn't we potentially put out more power? Something around 400 wheel horsepower, maybe? I don't know. The only other thing slowing the car down would probably be the body kit, which, by the way, is a $20,000 to $30,000 purchase and installation. And because this car is apparently fairly modified, I'm willing to bet the sounds we hear in the film are sound recordings of the actual hero car. It doesn't sound too outlandish or edited, and obviously the sound team hasn't done anything significant or crazy like dubbing over a completely different type of engine instead of what the car has in real life. On the inside, the car has Veilside D1 race seats, sparkle harnesses, and steering wheel. It also had a Sanyo ECD T1780 head unit. It also had Alpine speakers and an in-dash monitor. I have found nothing to suggest this nitrous system was real, or at the very least, even functional. Did that crash look a little unusual to you? Did you notice anything strange? I doubt you noticed the first time, because I certainly didn't, but let's take a closer look. And no, we're not about to play Where's Wally or Where's Waldo with Jason Statham. Did you see how that last roll started the moment we had a cut to the next shot? That's because after they filmed the car being T-boned, they set the car up to be artificially flipped again. Here, I'll play the sequence slowly and you'll see what I mean. And apparently, this car was pretty difficult to drift thanks to unimpressive torque, despite being turbocharged. The solution was to remove most of the tread on the rear tires so that scenes like this could even be possible. And unfortunately, that's all I've got on info regarding the car for now. I am curious though. Many of you requested this car, so in exchange for making this video, I guess, I'd like to know why you guys wanted it so bad. It's obviously an awesome car, but I'm really curious what your guys' purposes are for asking for this video or just watching it. Are some of you doing research for your own current or future builds, or just maybe you're just entertaining your fantasies and dreams? Regardless, what would you use an RX-7 build like this for? Would you try and become a real-life Han and drift? Or maybe would you have it mostly be a show car that's mainly used for events where it's sitting, or maybe you could take it out for cruises, but not necessarily racing? Or would you actually race it on a course with curves, or, and this would probably be more likely, a drag strip? But before you start telling me about your dream RX-7 builds, I just want to thank everyone who requested this topic. Some of you did it with a lot of enthusiasm, and it made me really look forward to doing this video. I hope everyone who requested this video found it both informative and entertaining. And, as always, if anyone possesses knowledge I have not shared, or knows anything that shows I've made a mistake, please share it down below. I know it's cheesy, but the best part of doing this is the dialogue I have with you guys, and the discussions we all have below in the comments. So please don't hesitate. This video is part of a series I do called Car Topics Explained. I've done videos on race cars, several movie cars, I've even done a video on legally importing R34 GTRs into the US before they turn 25, and much more. Beyond that, I do vlogs, driving POV videos, I've got a series documenting what I'm doing with my cars, and I also do gaming content. So if any of that tickles your fancy, then have a peruse through my channel. And hey, if you're extra cool, then hit that subscribe button and join the TRJ crew. But that's enough self-promotion from me, so I'm going to sign out for now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I, Tom, the Racing Joker, will be signing out. Stay crazy, everybody.